What's good, guys? I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. I hope you guys all cashed out on your bets. I will say I got by just a little bit of a hair. The reason why I'm wearing glasses, guys, just for the blue light. I don't know if they're going to work, but you know when you're looking at the screen too much, sometimes it's a little bit too bright. So just for the first 5 minutes, we'll wear them and then we'll take them off. But guys, I want to make sure that all you guys are having a great week, great day. Hope you guys have a great week and an amazing weekend. We got an amazing card ahead of us. Of course, we got Khalil Rountree versus Jamal Hill. This is the full card predictions for Khalil Rountree versus Jamal Hill. But before that, we can't talk about next week without talking about what happened last week. So I want to give you guys a quick rundown of what happened. One thing I want to mention is the lock of the week streak continues. Zachary Reese, Joshua Van by KO on points, and Mansour Abdul-Malik by KO on points. This is why I love the double chance, because let's just look at what happened with Cody Brundage. This guy goes to no contest. I know I'm skipping ahead. I'm all over the place. But Cody Brundage gets hit in the head, and that was a clear, blatant head clash. But they went to a technical decision. This is why everybody who had Mansour Abdul-Malik by KO straight, I know it was more value, it was just straight 300. This is why I love that double chance by KO or on points. Same thing happened with Joshua Van. Joshua Van ends up knocking out Bruno Silva in the third round. Just in case, we always have that double chance. That's why sometimes it's a little chalky-locky as lock of the week, but I love that double chance because I'm more safer and I feel a little bit more confident. You know, when I saw that they were pausing, I was like, all right, they're already going to go to technical decision. It's Cody Brundage that's fighting. This guy always gets, he always gets no contest in situations like that, so it's fair. We go to the technical decision, 30-27. I thought that was a little bit off. I had it 29-28 for Mansour because I thought Cody Brundage won the first round. You guys let me know what you think. Now we're going to get into it. Jamie Linhorth, Vanessa Demopoulos showed heart. I can't wait to see Vanessa fight again. I think she should get a little bit of a more favorable matchup. She took this fight on short notice. She did the UFC a favor. Now the UFC should give her a favorable matchup. Losa versus Rowe. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe with a amazing comeback win. I should have went on Phil Rowe. I was on the edge. I was like, should I take Phil Rowe? Should I not? Should I take Phil Rowe? I went to Angelosa. But it is what it is. We take it on the chin. Simone. I heard that he was saying you're under arrest to Smotherman. It's crazy what's going on in there. There was a lot of back and forth in the cage. Jose Ochoa, beautiful win, Jose Ochoa. Cody Darny, you'll be back, no shame. Wallmaker, Chris Matino, welcome back to the UFC. Let's get a favorable matchup for Chris Matino. Chiesa, beautiful performance against McGee. That's what I wanted to see. You know, a masterclass from Chiesa. I know a lot of people said it was boring, but I like to see fights like that. And Bellato versus Craig, that fight was a little bit, I did not like it at all. I thought Bellato took a little bit of a dive. You guys let me know what you guys think. And Menenfield versus Sai. Sai got fraud checked. I saw that Menenfield by decision was like a plus 1,900. So if you guys got Menenfield, even plus money, this guy was a massive underdog. Shout out to you guys. And one thing I want to give a big shout out to, we'll get to at the main event. Barcelos versus Cody. Beautiful performance from Barcelos. I will say Cody Garbrandt actually looked really good. It was very exciting to watch him fight. Shabazian, beautiful performance over Petrosky. I had Petrosky to get one takedown. He actually ended up getting two. Very good performance from both of these guys. Petrosky has heart, man. Very good heart. Those blast body kicks would have put anybody out. And Rose Namajunas gets a decision win over Miranda Maverick. I will say a lot of people were thinking that Rose she dropped Miranda Maverick in the third round. But if you look at Miranda Maverick's Instagram, she posts that she got an ACL tear in round 2. And that when she tried to put weight on her foot, she actually ended up not having that much weight, and that's what made her look like she got dropped. I will have to watch it back, but beautiful performance from Rose Namajunas. I'm glad she got a win. And without Trevor Whitman, we saw Trevor Whitman in the main event. Shout out to Goldie. I want to give a big shout out to Goldie. Goldie called Usman. He pick flipped to Usman, and he also called the decision on 30-27 for Rose Namajunas. Very good call out for my guy Goldie. Shout out to you, my guy. Let's go. Now, the reason why I had the glasses was just because of the bright light in the beginning. Now we're going to get into the bets. So, here we go. Obviously, I had the over 3.5 for the main event. Put 25 on it. Over 3.5. Kamaru Usman, Joaquin Buckley. You guys know the bonus. The two bonuses. One of them was the under 1.5 Malik fight, Brundage. That one didn't hit. And the second bonus was the over 2.5. But in this case, it was an over 4.5. And then on FanDuel, I saw it just went all the way down to an over 3.5. So I jumped on it. I was like, you know what? It normally doesn't. The total doesn't always switch. Let me get it. And you guys know me. I put a light 25 because it's easier to make the 25 back than a 50. And we were already doing good, but for some reason I had a bunch of parlays with Buckley, just straight Buckley on them, and I should have took the over instead of just having I had like 6 parlays ending with Buckley, and I shouldn't have done that. Over 3.5 right here hits. Then I had this parlay that hit for $1, 5-leg parlay for plus 1,893. Over 1.5 Mansour Malik. Raoni Barcelos over 1.5, Edmund Shabazian, and Rose Namajunas by points over 4.5. By the way, the over 1.5 came in clutch so many times. The Bellato fight, it got voided. Over 1.5 Sai fight, over 1.5 Edmund Shabazian fight, over 1.5 Malik fight. I bet there's somebody out there with an over 1.5 parlay that made a bunch of cash, so that's what I like to see. I hope you guys did. I put a light 1 because I didn't know the over 1.5 was going to hit here, so I went a little bit less, and then this was the last play that I hit. Right here, Raoni Barcelos money line after the second, I believe, like into the third round. I believe it was 1-1. I don't know when I put it exactly. It says 11-18, but it was a live bet. I don't remember if it was the second or third round, but I remember that it was crazy. Barcelos actually ends up getting the advantage and winning. So overall, we made around 140, but we spent around 25 on parlays, on long shot parlays. So it is what it is. Hope you guys cashed out. We ended up going positive, so let's fucking go. That's what I like to see. Obviously, we're going to be breaking down Khalil Rountree versus Jamal Hill. It's going to be an absolute amazing card. Let me just refresh just so we could get all those ads out the way. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree is going to be an absolute banger card. And remember, this card starts early at 12 o'clock p.m. So make sure to put your alarm, guys. Here we go. Without further ado, we're going to break it all down. We're on a 3-fight lock of the week streak, so that's something that I really like to see. Let's break it down. We're on Tapology for today because it's more consistent. I can see what's going on, and I feel more comfortable on Tapology. But if you guys want the UFC website, we'll gladly do it. Plus 146 for Usman, Mohammed Usman versus Hamdy Abdelwahab, minus 188. Usman has a very interesting background, competing in high-level sports during his youth. Kamaru Usman's older brother, Ultimate Fighter Season 30 winner, Usman, at 36 years old, is 6'2" on a 2-fight losing skid, losing to Mick Parkin by decision, and most recently lost to Thomas Peterson by decision 10 months ago. Usman is a powerhouse looking to put anyone's lights out. Against Thomas Peterson, he was off in the striking department and the wrestling department. Matched up against Hamdy the GOAT. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. The first Egyptian fighter in the UFC, correct me if I'm wrong, he competed in the 2016 Olympics. He is from New York, Renzo Gracie's gym. Hamdy, at only 4-0, is very new to the game, but at 32 years old, I think that he's evolving each and every time we see him. Hamdy can set up takedowns very well. In his last outing against Jamal Pokes, he had a super close razor decision fight that you could argue could have went to the other way and it should have went to Jamal Pokes. He took him down early, Jamal Pokes, and then he just decided to not wrestle at all. Many can argue that the decision should have went the other way. Former PED user Hamdy Abdelwahab. I can see Hamdy getting tagged hard, then deciding to wrestle. Hamdy by KO on points, double chance. I like it. Is the play. Maybe even the over 2.5 here. Guys, give me Hamdy Abdelwahab at a minus 188. I think he should be able to win this fight by decision. Let's go, my guy, Hamdy Abdelwahab. Let's go. To go to 5-0, I will say he does have a no contest against Dante. I believe that, yeah, this is a no contest against Dante Mays. He's a former PED user. Let's go, my guy, Hamdy Abdelwahab. Let's go. It's kind of funny because when Usman's winning, his brother's not winning. When Usman's losing, his brother's winning. So it's like insane. But let's go. Next fight. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Azat Maksum. We haven't seen Azat fight in a long time. Maximum. I should call him Maximum. Sorry. Tagir Ulanbekov minus 350. Azat Maksum is a plus 255. Two wrestlers going at it. Tagir is a massive favorite, but rightfully so. Tagir has a great team, great camp around him. Tagir, after losing to Tim Elliott 3 years ago, went on a 3-fight win streak, beating Cody Durden by rear naked choke. Beating Nate Mays by submission, standing Gilly, Cody Durden by rear naked choke, and most recently Clayton Carpenter by decision 4 months and 3 weeks ago. Tagir can shoot. He has great cardio, good one too. All 5 of his UFC wins are heavy grappling clinics. I will say, even against Tim Elliott, he only lost to Tim Elliott because he was grabbing the glove and blatantly cheating. Tagir is matched up against Azat Maksum. Azat is very fast, very good striking, mixed with great takedowns and wrestling. Azat struggled his last time out against Charles Johnson because of the sheer pace and volume. His last fight against Charles Johnson was his first ever pro career loss 1 year and 4 months ago. Even in that fight, he was winning up until Charles Johnson turned up the pace and went off. Azat has a very well-rounded background. He almost finished Charles Johnson in that fight, but he got overwhelmed with strikes. Azat was taken down twice against Charles Johnson. The pick is going to be Tagir Ulanbekov to win by submission on points. I think Tagir needs to wrestle right away, fight at his own pace, control the fight. Tagir being Dagestani out of the Habib gym should be a better look, and he should look better than ever. I think Tagir looks better each and every time, and that loss to Tim Elliott, I bet you if they run it back, Tagir would win. I will say I remember when Khabib was outraged at the cheating from Tim Elliott. Give me Tagir by submission on points. Azat is a beast. I just think that him getting taken down by Charles Johnson is a red flag. Give me Tagir Ulanbekov by decision. I like submission on points. You guys know I love that double chance. If you guys know me, I love that double chance. It always comes in clutch. So here we go. Irina Alekseeva versus Klaudia Syguła plus 200. This is going to be a banger fight in my opinion. Gyat. Klaudia Syguła is one of the prettiest female fighters ever. Irina Alekseeva is 5-2 at only 34 years old. Irina being 3-2 out of her last 5 is a massive red flag, but take a closer look at her resume. Irina has 1 TKO in the first round, 2 subs in the first round, and 2 wins by decision. Irina is a world Sambo champion, a former world Sambo champion. She eats one to give one, brawls it out. She is crazy, throws the entire kitchen sink at you. She can be open to a takedown because of how reckless she can be. She's coming off of the close decision loss to Melissa Mullins almost 2 years ago since Irina last fought. Matched up against one of the prettiest girls I have ever seen, Klaudia Syguła. Let me know if you guys agree. Klaudia's very pretty. Decent low kicks, good 1-2, can engage and evade. She has a very good counter-striking ability, good clinch work with knees. Her wrestling is her biggest hole in her game. Kind of like Ariana De Silva, Ariana Delipsky. Klaudia Syguła is coming off of that finish loss to Melissa Mullins. A majority of these women on this card have fought Melissa Mullins. Klaudia, at 6-2, has never lost by decision. She has been finished inside the distance in both of her losses. This is a 1-800 gambler type of fight. The pick is going to be Irina Alekseeva by sub or points, maybe even by KO on points. I think Irina to win this fight is a very good chance. I like the double chance. It saves lives. You guys know double chance. Mansour Abdul Malik by KO on points. Joshua Van by KO on points. That double chance saves lives. Give me Irina Alekseeva by at a -265, but maybe if we can shrink it for a little bit more value, maybe by submission on points, I like Irina for the dub. I'll go by 29-28 unanimous decision, but I will say I feel like she's going to finish Klaudia because Klaudia has never lost by decision, so this is why I like Tapology as well. So maybe give me Irina inside the distance. I'll go by submission. I'll go by submission or TKO. Give me by late third round inside the distance. I'll go by late third round submission. Let's go. It's going to be a banger. Darya Zheleznyakova, excuse me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, versus Melissa Mullins. -265 for Melissa Mullins. Darya plus 200. 2 baddies, or maybe not. Maybe it's just a one-way baddie. Let me know. Darya is 9-2 at 29 years old. She is 3-2 out of her last 5 fights. Darya marches forward. Good 1-2. Decent leg kicks. Good clinch game. Darya's 2 losses are by TKO in the first round to Melissa Mullins. Ground and pound, 4 minutes and 59 seconds into round 1 back in 2022. And most recently, Darya was submitted by triangle choke by Eileen Perez in round 1. This is a rematch. The first time these two ladies fought was in 2022 in Aries FC. Darya can't defend a takedown if her life depended on it and gets drawn into a war way too easily. Melissa Mullins is a decently well-rounded athlete. Melissa is 4-1 in her last 5. Her only loss, excuse me. Only loss is to Nora Cornell by knees to the body and head kicks. Melissa doesn't move her head at all. She can't get tagged up and each one to give one. Melissa has 3 TKOs in the first, 1 TKO in the second, 3 wins by decision. She almost has a negative striking differential. She can mix in a takedown. She has decent BJJ, but she never uses it. Melissa's going to be the pick. I like Melissa by KO on points. Melissa is 2-1 in the UFC. A bit sketchy, but I think she moves to 3-1 in the UFC. I will say, you guys let me know if this is the rematch, because when we look at this, we look right here, we go all the way down. She has a win over Darya Zheleznyakova. I believe this is a rematch. The last time these two ladies fought was at Aries FC 9. And Melissa Mullins actually ended up finishing her by crown and pound in round 1. So I'm going to go Melissa Mullins. It's just whether we go inside the distance or not. I like Melissa Mullins at minus, I believe she's a -265. Maybe we go double chance by KO on points. We get a little bit more value on Melissa. Give me Melissa Mullins for the dub. Let's go, my girl. Let's go. I will say that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good fight. Not too bad. Not too bad. Next fight, Ismail Naurdiev plus 164 versus Jung Park -215. Ismail Naurdiev is 3-2 in his last 5, losing to Marcin Bendel by submission armbar, and most recently lost to Vadim Kutsky by KO. Ismail is on a 2-fight win streak, beating Tahar Hamdy. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, guys. He's beating Tahar Hamdy by submission. and most recently beat Bruno Silva by decision 7 months ago. Ismail is a bit over-aggressive, has a kickboxing and wrestling background. Ismail has fought at welterweight and middleweight. He can get a bit wild, come forward, throw crazy, and wrestle if needed. Matched up against Young Park. Young Park is what well-rounded looks like in my opinion. Not so dangerous, not so much power, not too much of a finishing ability, but can make things work and wrestle. Park is 4-1 in his last 5, only losing to Andre Muniz by split. Ismail might be able to make things work in the striking department, just landing clean. Ismail's pressure is what makes this fight tricky. Park can be open to a takedown, so if Ismail shoots on Young Park, Ismail Naurdiev can definitely take down Jung Park. For example, against Andre Muniz was able to take down Jung Park. This could get really dicey. I like the over 2.5 here. I really want to go with the dog. I really want to go with Ismail Naurdiev, but give me Young Park. Give me Young Park by decision. I'm going to go low confidence, very low confidence, because Naurdiev is 28 years old. I think Naurdiev has a chance to win this fight. I might pick flip on Friday, but for now, I'm going to go Young Park for the dub. Let me know what you guys think, guys, because this is going to be a very good fight. I like watching Ismail Naurdiev fight. Let's go Young Park for the dub. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. Seokhyeon Ko versus Oban Elliott. Seokhyeon Ko plus 340. Oban Elliott minus 500. Ko was supposed to fight Billy Ray Golf, but he had visa issues, and I would like to see how that fight would have went. Ko is on a 4-fight win streak, looking to make his UFC debut this Saturday against Oban Elliott. At 31 years old, at 11-2, his only 2 losses are by KO. Ko got knocked out in the first round, and then he got knocked out in the second round. Ko has 4 TKOs in the first round, 2 TKOs in the second round, and he has no wins by submission yet, 5 wins by decision, one of those being by split. He is a very heavy-handed athlete. He can be a little bit flat-footed. His power is what makes the majority of his fights equal. He can get super wild, and he eats one to give one. But he can defend takedowns very well. Once he is down, though, on his back, he just struggles to get up. His get-up game is not that good. Matched up against Oban Elliott, the Welsh gangster. Elliott at 12-2-0 is making moves. At only 27 years old, he is 3-0 in the UFC. Oban is on an 8-fight winning streak, only finishing 2 out of his last 8 opponents. Oban has great cardio and can look to implement his striking very well. I will say, the timing on Oban Elliott is very impressive. Oban has great takedown defense as well. Oban is coming off of a TKO win over Basel Hafiz 40 seconds into round 3. Oban Elliott is the pick, but I can see him getting caught at least once with a good shot. He can adjust very well in between rounds. Give me Oban Elliott by KO or on points. I like it. I'm glad Oban Elliott's finally fighting. Finally, we get to see this guy fight. It feels like it's been forever. I feel like I've been breaking down this guy's fight like 3 times in a row, but in reality, I'm just excited to watch Oban Elliott fight. Let's go, my guy, Oban Elliott for the win. I like by KO on points. Let's go. Maybe we turn a minus 500 into a minus maybe 350. Let's go, my guy, Oban Elliott for the dub. Main card. We're already on the main card. This is actually pretty insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight main card. I love it. Mohammed Naimov versus Bogdan Grad. This is going to be one of those fights where it's going to be very interesting. Mohammed Naimov minus 235. Bogdan Grad plus 180. I'm glad Mohammed Naimov is back finally in a banger scrap. Mohammed is very fun to watch in my opinion, but I will say this is going to get dicey. Mohammed is 4-1 in his last 5. His only loss most recently is to Felipe Lima, who we all know, or if you don't know, Felipe Lima is an absolute beast. And if you don't know, now you know. Felipe Lima is fighting Peyton Talbot. He's scheduled to fight Peyton Talbot. Let me know who you guys got. You guys got Felipe Lima or you guys got Peyton Talbot? Let me know. I can't wait for that fight. Mohammed is 4-1 in the UFC. 5 TKO wins, 3 wins by sub, and 4 wins by decision. 2 of them being by split. Which, if you pay close attention, he tends to make fights way more competitive than they need to be. Mohammed can strike and have great timing on his takedowns. Good work in the clinch. His most recent win is a win over Khan Offley, where he showed levels in that fight. Matched up against Bogdan Grad. Bogdan Grad is only 29 years old. At 15-2, he's on a 4-fight win streak, only going the distance once. That was against Michael Aswell 9 months ago. And if you guys know Michael Aswell, Bogdan Grad managed to win a split decision win over Michael Aswell. Michael Aswell is the guy who fought Balahioki on short notice. Bogdan Grad won a split over Michael Aswell, and then he finished Lucas Alexander 4 months ago. Michael Aswell just fought Balahioki on short notice a couple of weeks back, and that was a pretty good performance from Michael Aswell. I know he lost that fight, but he did good. Bogdan, we know Michael Aswell is tough as nails. Bogdan has great striking, has a good jab, and he doesn't chase a finish. Very good low kicks. Bogdan Grad wrestled heavy against Lucas. Mohammed can make this fight way more competitive than it needs to be, and that's what makes it, you know, a little bit more closer. Mohammed Naimov is the pick. Give me Mohammed Naimov by 29-28, maybe 30-27 and 29-28 unanimous decision. I will say I like Bogdan Grad as a dog. Maybe I might just put him on a slip. Maybe plus 3.5 for Bogdan Grad. But give me Mohammed Naimov. Give me the over 2.5. Let's go, my guy Mohammed Naimov. I'm glad to see you back. It feels like it's been a while since Mohammed Naimov has last fought. In February, it wasn't that long ago, but I will say I like watching Mohammed Naimov fight. I know a lot of you guys don't really like Mohammed Naimov, but 4 months ago feels like forever. Let's go, my guy Mohammed Naimov for the dub. Nazim Sadykhov versus Nikolas Moda. A banger fight. Nazim Sadykhov minus 400. Nikolas Moda plus 285. This is crazy. Nazim has put himself on the map as of recent. Nazim is on a 10-fight win streak if you don't count his draw against Slavoklos Borishev. Nazim is technical. He looks for the counter, looks to capitalize on it. He waits for it. Once he sees the opening, he will capitalize on it. Nazim's only loss is to Juan Galazara. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. When he gave up his back and he got subbed by a rear naked choke. Nazim landed a brutal head kick on Ismail Bonfim. And that fight ended early due to a doctor stoppage. I mean, I guess it was a fair stoppage. Matched up against Nikolas Moda. Moda is 32 years old. At 15-5, looks to create chaos. 82% takedown defense. He eats one to give one. Moda recently had a premature stoppage against Trey Ogden. But he is on a 2-fight win streak, beating Tom Nolan by KO, and recently Mashata Hazer 6 months ago. Moda knocked down Mashata Hazer twice in that last outing, and he showed a beautiful display of his power on full display. Moda is more wild and more faster, looking to throw bombs. Nazim, to manage distance, manage range, use his height to his own benefit. I thought he had a reach advantage, but he doesn't, according to Tapology. But that doesn't matter in my opinion because he's more technical. Nazim had a war with Slavoklos. I expect Nazim to pick Nikolas Moda apart. Nazim by KO on points. Nazim is 3-0 in the UFC, looking to make it 4-0. Give me Nazim Sadykhov. Let's go for the hometown guy. Let's go Nazim Sadykhov for the dub. I'll go by, I like KO on points. You guys know I love that double chance. But give me a second round TKO, if not third round TKO for my guy, Nazim Sadykhov. Let's go, my guy. I can't wait for that one. Now, this one is another one that I think that a lot of you guys should be excited for. Midabek Otabay. I cannot wait for this guy. Thankfully, this card is early because this is going to be a banger. Midabek Otabay minus 170. Tafik Musayev plus 132. This is a banger scrap. Midabek Otabay, the Neanderthal, at only 27 years old, has a record of 13-2-1. He is 4-1 in his last 5, coming off of a loss to Mateusz Rebecki by split 7 months ago. I'm glad Midabek Otabay took a little bit of time off. Otabay has 6 TKOs on his record, 5 subs overall, and 2 wins by decision. Otabay has only 2 losses by decision. He can grapple very well, has non-stop pressure, always sets up his takedowns with great timing. Otabay can get cracked. He got cracked hard last time around by Mateusz. He showed toughness in that war he was in against Rebecki. Mateusz Rebecki matched up against UFC newcomer Tafik Musayev. Tafik Musayev is 3-2 in his last 5. At 35 years old, he is 22-5 overall, with his 2 most recent losses being to Roberto de Souza by triangle choke 4 years ago, and his most recent loss, Alexander Shabili by body kick TKO 2 years and 3 months ago. He's on a 2-fight win streak, beating Akiri Okada by KO and Koji Takayata by ground and pound TKO 1 year and 7 months ago. Tafik is inactive, but very exciting. He is looking to put himself on the map. He has good power, good finishes, and he can find a sub, and he can find a KO. He only has 2 wins by sub, but he has 18 TKOs overall in his record, and he has 2 wins by decision. This is a tricky fight. Tafik will be the hometown favorite. Tafik having a long layoff, having a lot of finishes, feels like the longer this fight goes, the worse it's going to be for him. Plus him being 35 years old, but I will say Tafik is a former Rising champion. He's a former Rising champion. That's a very good alkaloid to have. He will throw the entire kitchen sink at Otabay, but the pick is going to be Midabek Otabay. I like by KO on points, maybe by submission on points, but I like KO on points more. But I think Otabay should be able to win this fight. You know what? We could even just take money line because of how close it is. Welcome to the UFC, Tafik. I got Otabay to win this by decision. When the chaos comes, when he throws the kitchen sink, Otabay to take him down. We had that chaos with Mateusz Rebecki. He knows what to expect this time around, but I will say Midabek Otabay might be a little bit chinny. And if this guy Tafik touches his chin, he might be able to put him out. Give me minus 170 for Mitabik Otabay. I'll just take money line. Let's not get fancy. Otabay for the dub. Let's go. Maybe I'll go by 29-28 unanimous decision. Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kunayev. Curtis Blades minus 295. Rizvan Kunayev plus 220. This fight was originally supposed to happen back in February. Then it moved to March. Then it fell through. And now we're here. Curtis Razor Blades is a powerhouse. At only 34 years old, with a record of 18-5-0, Curtis looks to wrestle. He's primarily a grappler with heavy and vicious ground and pound. Curtis is 13-5 in the UFC. All 5 of his losses are to some of the best athletes ever. Curtis made his UFC debut against Francis Ngannou, which we saw Francis Ngannou with Kamaru Usman on the ceremonial weigh-in. After Curtis made his UFC debut against Francis Ngannou, Curtis Blades went on a 5-fight win streak and fought him again. Curtis averages 6 takedowns per fight. He has great timing on his takedowns, but his takedowns can be a bit telegraphed. As seen with Derek Lewis, Derek Lewis saw that takedown from a mile away and he timed it with a great uppercut. Curtis has 13 wins by KO, 5 wins by decision. He has yet to win a fight by submission. All 5 of Curtis' losses come by knockout inside the distance. He's coming off of a KO loss to Tom Aspinall. Matched up against former PED user Rizvan Kunayev. Kunayev beat Renan Ferreira, but it was overturned to a no contest because he popped for roids. Kunayev is 32 years old at 6'4". He's competed on Dana White Contender Series twice, and he's now making his UFC debut. Kunayev has 6 TKO wins, 3 wins by sub, and 3 wins by decision. Excuse me. Kunayev can throw the entire kitchen sink at his opponents, mixing a takedown, good low kicks, looks to eat one to give one, great control, on top position, and he looks to go for position over submission. He doesn't chase submissions not too often. Curtis Blades is the pick. I like Curtis Blades by KO on points. 1-800-GAMBLER type of fight. Maybe we could just take that this fight doesn't go the distance. I know it's probably going to be a minus 700. Maybe we could play with an over under 1.5. But I will say that's playing with fire. Give me Curtis Blades by KO on points. I'll take Curtis Blades at a minus 295. Maybe we turn him into a minus 200 if we take him by KO on points. He has yet to win by submission. Let's go, my guy, Curtis Blades. Co-main event. This is my most anticipated fight on the entire card. Rafael Fiziev versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Rafael Fiziev minus 113. Ignacio Bahamondes minus 113. Banger. War. This is what the UFC is about. This is what a co-main event looks like. Finally, a banger co-main event. We had Kayla Harrison versus Pena as a co-main event. Then we had Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick as a co-main event. Yeah, it was alright. But this is what it's about. Rafael Fiziev is 32 years old with a record of 12-4. He is 2-3 out of his last 5 on a 3-fight losing skid, losing to Gaethje, Gamrot, and then Gaethje again on short notice. But who? Those are to the best of the best lightweights in the UFC. Fiziev has 1 win by sub, but his bread and butter is this heavy-handed Muay Thai style that led him to get 8 wins by TKO and 3 wins by decision. Fiziev has a flashy style, good power, blast low kicks, and a blast body kick. That blast body kick that Fiziev has is one of my favorite weapons in his arsenal. He throws the entire kitchen sink at you. Fiziev can get drawn into a brawl. Fiziev was knocked down twice against Gaethje his last time out and was wrestling. Fiziev is a bit small for lightweight. Matched up against La Huala. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Ignacio Bahamondes. Ignacio Bahamondes put himself on the map with a 3-fight win streak, beating Cristio Giagos by KO, Manuel Torres by KO, and most recently Jalen Turner by submission. Ignacio has 5 losses, 2 subs in the first round, and the rest are by decision. So we know that he has a little bit of a hole in the submission game. He is 6-2 in the UFC. His most recent loss is to Ludovic Klein. Who did we just see Ludovic Klein lose to? Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot has a win over Rafael Fiziev. Very good opponent. Mateusz Gamrot is a beast. So is Ludovic Klein. Ignacio is a high-volume, high-output fighter. At 6'3", he looks to create chaos. I will say I think Fiziev is a little bit more technical than him. He has decent takedown defense, uses his length to his own advantage, and he doesn't wrestle because it's not the best weapon in his game, and he can't really get a takedown if his life depended on it. This is a fight where the more technical fighter should be able to edge out a decision in Fiziev, who can also have the wrestling in his back pocket. Ignacio has a 4-inch reach advantage, and being 6'3", can lead him very open to that blast body kick from Rafael Fiziev. But I can see Ignacio Bahamondes having success, picking him apart on the outside, and maybe being 1-1 heading towards the 3rd round. And then whoever has the better pace, better cardio, better fundamentals, takes it over and edges out a decision. Ignacio has more momentum, and you guys know I'm a big fan of momentum. Give me Ignacio Bahamondes money line. Let's not get fancy. Just give me Ignacio Bahamondes. Maybe the over 2.5. Maybe. But that's playing with fire. Ignacio Bahamondes to get the job done. I'll go inside the distance or even by decision. But you guys know I'm not getting fancy. Just give me Ignacio Bahamondes money line at a -113. Let's go, my guy Ignacio, for the dub. But I will say this is any man's fight. May the best man win. Main event. This is a banger. This is what the main event is. I cannot wait for this. You see that dog right there? That's me. That's me. You see that dog? That's me when the main event comes. I got my snacks. I got my chocolate-covered banana treats. I'm eating a bunch of banana covered in chocolate. And then we're excited for the main event. Plus 124 for Jamal Hill. Khalil Rountree, -160. Banger main event. Former 205 champion versus the former title contender. Jamal Hill has good body kicks, looked amazing against Glover, showed high output, high volume, and he had a great blast body kick. Jamal can tend to have weird footwork. Cross his feet, leave himself open to an exchange, but his boxing is very well. He has good 1-2, very good low kicks, and just like Fiziev, he's a very good blast kick to the body. Very well-rounded, but he can get drawn into a fire fight. He has a positive striking differential, great power, mixed with great takedown defense. Jamal has 7 wins by KO, no wins by submission yet, and 5 wins by unanimous decision. Jamal is 6-3 in the UFC, with a very important fight ahead of him this Saturday. Matched up against Khalil Rountree. Khalil is a Muay Thai striker. At 13-6, he has fought the who's who. At only 35 years old, Khalil has a very explosive power, throws everything with intent to finish. Khalil has 9 TKOs, 9 wins by TKO, no wins by submission yet. Both of these guys don't have a win by sub yet. And 4 wins by decision, one of those being by split. And if you guys remember, that split decision is a split from Dustin Jacoby in a fight where Dustin Jacoby probably should have won that fight, probably, but we're not talking about that fight right now. He's coming off of a brutal war against Alex Pereira 8 months ago. Khalil has heart. He showed grit, toughness, and an ability to never give up, even after the beating that he took. Yeah, he got finished, but he did very good in that fight against Politon. He did way better than I expected him to. And the over 1.5 hit in that fight. I would love if the over 1.5 is set here, but I think they know already. Yuri showed Jamal Hill levels. This is a striker's delight. If you hated seeing all that grappling last week in the main event, Kamaru Usman just grappling heavy, Joaquin Buckley not being able to get up if his life depended on it, and Merab, getting a submission over O'Malley. This is what we're here for, a striker's delight. I'm just kidding, guys. But this fight will be a war. I can see this being a bloodbath. Khalil Rountree won't shoot a takedown if his life depended on it. He could have definitely shot a takedown on Politon, but this guy is he's just willing to go to war. The longer this fight goes, the better it is for the fans. The pick is going to be Khalil Rountree. I like Khalil Rountree by Caron points. Even moneyline is a sweet price tag, but Khalil is on the outside. He will get picked apart. If he's on the outside and if he stays on the outside the entire time and he's just staring at, just like he did against Politon, at times he's just staring at Politon, giving him way too much respect. I don't know if that was because he was tired, but if he's just staring at Jamal Hill is going to pick him up. He's going to pick him apart. Jamal Hill has more volume, more output, has a better striking differential. He's more defensively sound in my opinion. But you could argue maybe Khalil Rountree is just as defensively sound as Jamal Hill because he has the Muay Thai background. I think the longer this fight goes, the more ugly, the more sloppy it might get. But give me Khalil Rountree to win this fight. I'll go Khalil Rountree for the win, but I do not want to see Khalil Rountree on the outside getting picked apart by Jamal Hill. I'll go Khalil Rountree for the win. I'll go by 4th round TKO or 48-47 split. Khalil Rountree, 48-47 split Jamal Hill. And for the winner by split decision, Khalil Rountree by 48-47 unanimous decision. So I'm going by 4th round TKO or by 48-47 split decision for Khalil Rountree. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Are you guys excited for this? Did you guys like the breakdown? Tune into the 6 best bets and lock of the week on Wednesday. We're on a 3-fight lock of the week streak. Give me my credit where it's due. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 12-fight card. We don't have that much as the last time. 316 and Usman versus Buckley. It was 13-fight card. But I think that this card should be able to deliver. And it might be a little bit more exciting. We got a little bit more early time. So set your alarm. 12 o'clock p.m. Set it to, 10 a.m., 9 a.m. so you can get your day started. Get everything done. And then by 12 o'clock p.m., you can just sit back and enjoy the card. I think it's going to be an amazing card. This is the first time we're going to Baku. So I hope you guys enjoyed this card, guys. 6 best bets in lock of the week on Wednesday. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. The best is blessed, baby. And thank you guys for all the support you guys have been giving me. Let me know your favorite fight on this card. Let me know who's your lock. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace. Hey. The best is blessed, baby. Hey.